Morrison goes to find the Lumberjacks. He finds they have their own locker room, which is a printed sign with a WWE logo, and it says Lumberjacks. He opens the door.
Not human cage.
No, it was an undead human cage.
Gotcha.
He finds a bunch of zombies. He looks at the zombies. They look back at him. He leaves, but he does not close the door behind him. And the zombies are out now.
Yeah, apparently the only thing holding those zombies back was a doorknob.
Yeah, it wasn't even locked. I don't know. There's varying degrees of intelligence among zombies.
I got you.
Maybe they may have simple mechanics maybe beyond their scope. There was actually before this, there was a point where they cut to the announcers, and the Thunderdome was behind him. And behind one of the announcers was a zombie. And it was so funny that I thought that some guy at home just put on zombie makeup and decided to be a zombie. And then it turned out it was all part of this tie-in, and I was so disappointed. We see the back of Jimmy Uso's shirt for longer than they had the heat on Ray Jr. It's just a close-up of the words Jimmy Uso on the back of his shirt forever and ever and ever as he walks from his house to the building, through the building to wherever he's going. Eventually, he meets up with Jay, tries to recruit him away from Roman, fails. John Morrison tells The Miz that the Lumberjacks are zombies. Miz does not listen to him, blows him off, they walk away, the zombies are right behind them.
Well, here we go, everybody.
Miz versus Damian Priest in a lumber zombie match.
I mean, God, I was just watching this and it was dumb and everything like that. But
you're right.
It was something really weird where, for the first half of it, I guess maybe because it involved Miz, I was just like, whatever. It's fucking dumb, but who cares? But then, by the end of this, I was like, this is the fucking dumbest motherfucking thing I have seen all fucking year in this company. And I've been watching Bray Wyatt and Alexa. And I tweeted, I was like, Bray should be sending these guys a Christmas card because we're going to have the end of the year voting, and somehow he's not going to win worst match of the year because of this fucking thing right here. And there's so many things I could say outside of the match. Mm-hmm. So it's a tie-in with a movie. What's this fucking movie?
Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead. I guess
starring Big Dave.
Batista's in the movie. So
a Zack Snyder film.
It's like a tie-in with this movie, and these dorks on the internet are like, "Oh, Brian, why do you hate this? I mean, come on, it was a movie tie-in. They're getting paid." And I was like,
people defending this?
I'm like, fuck, dude. Do you know how much money this fucking company made and are making right now? Do you know what their profit margins are and what they gross every year? I doubt they even got $1 million for this fucking tie-in. And they put this fucking thing on television. I mean, everyone out there listening right now, seriously, I swear on a stack of Bibles, think about what you make to do your job every year, okay? What WWE made to promote this movie, maybe you would have got an extra dime. Maybe. I'm not even sure it's that much. That's what we're talking about here. To put this fucking piece of shit on television. It's irredeemable, this fucking match. And the funny thing is also, okay, forget that they made no money, a drop in the bucket to actually do this tie-in here. I have a friend that some of you might know, and I'm sure Vinny has a lot of them. You could probably tell me the same thing, Vinny, because your friends like all sorts of weird shit.
That's
but I got a friend. His name is Mark. You guys know Mark?
I'm familiar with the man.
Yeah,
huge
Mark.
Fan.
Yeah, Mark is he's really into film. Mm-hmm. Okay, not only is Mark into film, but Mark he made films. He may still make them today. Actually, I don't know about in the pandemic and everything like that. But that's how I met Mark. He was learning film at the Seattle Film Institute. I was doing film work. I auditioned for it, and I got a part. Actually, because I put Death of WCW on my resume, and he'd read the book. But anyway. He is as big
explains a lot, actually.
Horror fan as you could find. He loves it so much that he makes horror films. That's what he does, okay? He was watching this match. You want me to read his... I don't think he'll care if he reads this text that he sent me.
Please.
He wrote me this text when this began, and he wrote, "Yo, this is the dumbest thing I have ever seen." And then, when it was over, he wrote, "minus infinite stars." Okay, So who are you fucking targeting with this zombie tie-in? You ain't making jack shit to do it. It's not like horror fans are watching and going, oh, this is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. There's zombies. You ain't getting a bigger horror fan than Mark here. And he gave it minus infinite stars and said it was the dumbest thing that he had ever seen. So what was the benefit of doing this? Anybody? Don't say listen to me talk about it. What was the benefit to WWE to doing this? Damian Priest has potential to be a big star.
Yeah.
This is on his resume. His first ever Observer Award is going to be one half of the worst fucking match of the year. And then some guy here is like, there wasn't one bad match on the pay-per-view. Dude, take the zombies out. This was still a bad match. This match was not good, and it had lumberjacks, which made it even worse.
The zombies distracted from the match. I don't remember a thing about
I
the
couldn't
match.
tell you one thing that happened in this match. I can remember the zombies, the post-match. I couldn't tell you one wrestling maneuver that was used.
And then the other thing is, like, my buddy Paul that I told him earlier the answer was no, and you guys didn't know why. Paul, and I think he said this on Twitter as well, he was like, why was this so bad? But, like, people accept the Day of the Dead shows with CMLL where the loser gets sent to hell. Well, I mean, I could talk for an hour, but let me just give you one example. Let's say that I'm going to be doing a jiu-jitsu match in a tournament, okay? Mm-hmm. And it's on the Day of the Dead. And so they say, you're all going to do your match, and if you lose, we're going to do this silly gimmick where zombies come and they take you to hell, and the fans are going to laugh.
Right.
It's like, fine, whatever. I'll do my match, and, you know, I'll surely win, so the other bloke's going to get dragged to hell. But even if I lose, like, who gives a shit? Like, I did a real match, and then you do some comedy thing for the people afterwards. This would be like if in that match, the referee was dressed as a zombie, and I had to be scared of him. Damian Priest is scared of fucking zombies. The Miz is afraid of fucking zombies. You made them look like... and Miz is already a dork, so, like, who cares? But Damian Priest had to sell for fucking zombies? This was shit.
In Mexico, it's treated as shtick. The announcers sold this as legit. They even had, on the big screens and the other screens behind them, they had Fallout New Vegas scenery in the background. Some post-apocalyptic. They turned on the fog machine.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be taken as serious.
Yeah, the announcers actually said, we have moved it to a safe location.
To escape the zombies.
Because of zombies.
Yeah. If you're watching Lucha Libre or you're watching, like, Lucha Underground, there's an inherent logic where, yes, zombies or lizard people or time travelers or aliens or what have you, they're all part of the show and is accepted. WWE, for years and years and years, was just athletes competing, and sometimes they did crazy shit and fell off things and attacked each other and tried to murder each other. But it was all stuff that theoretically could happen. And in the past 2 or 3 years now, we've had Bray Wyatt doing all sorts of magical powers, and now we have zombies here in this match, and the rest, it doesn't work because the rest of the show, everyone just ignores it and moves on in their normal world like nothing has happened.
And Beamer Walls here on, I wish I could give this guy some cheer money. He points out that when you do a Day of the Dead tie-in, he says here, there's a cultural background for the Day of the Dead stuff for CMLL, whereas this product placement gets in the way of the match.
It sure did.
Well said.
So it is some details, I suppose. They come out for this match, and Priest does his whole entrance. Miz and Morrison do their whole entrance. And once they get to ringside, Miz and Morrison realize zombies are creeping in to seal their doom. And they find zombies up the ramp. Zombies are coming through the crowd. Zombies are coming from the other side. Now, they're zombies. And you'll find most zombies are, in fact, very, very slow. So Morrison has no problem fleeing. So when they first started teasing, when I first saw the lumberjacks in the background and then in the locker room when Morrison freed them, I assumed they would come out and Batista would spear them and plug his movie. And I thought, that's going to be awesome, actually. That sounds great. Then they showed a tweet from Dave saying, no, he won't be there, but friends of his are. So now Dave is in concert with the zombies. Dave is working with the zombies. So then the zombies come out, and I thought, okay, well, this is stupid, but surely they will just do a thing where the zombies chase Miz around, he rolls into the ring, and Priest kicks him and pins him. No. The zombies had to get their shit in, I suppose. So they're doing this match, and it's... I'm not even sure which is more absurd. Miz being scared of the zombies, even after his buddy Morrison just ran away, had no problem, he's just gone, he didn't care. Damian Priest is indifferent. It's just a Sunday afternoon for him. There's just zombies there. So whenever guys get thrown outside, they go, zombies! And they run into the ring. And eventually, they're both out there. And the zombies are being pushed as so legitimate that Miz and Priest essentially have to fight back-to-back to survive. They must work together to survive the zombie horde. And one of the announcers says, no, you've got to focus on winning the match.
And this is the thing that drove me absolutely crazy. These are bloodthirsty zombies. They want brains, but yet they are obeying the rules.
Yeah, they won't get in the ring.
I will skip ahead of this.
These
now.
zombies are hungry, but only if you go to them.
I will quote the Twitter account of one Drew Gulak.
Okay.
I would like to formally applaud the horde of zombie lumberjacks, TM, for properly obeying the rules of the match. They remained outside the ring for the duration of the bout and attempted to keep both competitors inside without showing favoritism. So there you go. The lumberjacks, the lumber zombies, were in fact lawful good zombies who would, lawful evil zombies, but they would enforce the rules and then go after brains. So when they, far be it from me to complain about WWE saying wins and losses matter and trying to make it matter, but if you're actually trying to stop your brains from being eaten by zombies, then no, you do not have to focus on winning the match. You should focus on keeping your brains inside your head. Then Morrison just comes back. He was safe. I don't know why he came back, so he's doing like parkour to the zombies. I didn't write on the finish. Priest won.
I wrote down the finish. So Morrison is taking out zombies, which, I mean, I was at least... That's why I can't say it was the worst match of all time, because John Morrison got to live his dream of fighting zombies. Yes. So he's fighting these zombies, and then they fucking eat him. He just gets sucked down behind one of the barricades and is eaten. And then Priest in the ring immediately hits the lights out for the pin. And then afterwards, the zombies ate Miz. And later, I mean, the announcers literally said that Miz had been eaten by fucking zombies.
See, yeah,
they move on with the show. We got a match next.
The show must go on, Brian. Doesn't matter that two of our competitors, former multiple-time world champion and his multiple-time tag team champion partner, were devoured by zombies live on our show in our ring.
There better be, when they show up on TV, there better be the outrage that people had about Jericho showing up.
Do you guys remember when Miz was WWE champion like 2 months ago?
Not very long ago at all.
We'd see how it played out.
Yes.
He got eaten by zombies 2 months later. Can you put that on his fucking Wikipedia while we're at it?
You know what? I'm going to check that right now. Wikipedia. The Miz.
It's just horrible.
Let's see. The Miz Wikipedia. Born. Oh, birthday's almost the same as mine. Oh, I'm very sad. There's no reference of his death.
It's too bad.
Somebody get on this right now. Miz died May 16th, 2021, when he was devoured by zombies live on pay-per-view.